This speedrun starts with Cuphead winking at you. Please never do that again. Then we dash right up to Elder Kell in an attempt to give him a heart attack because he's old. And when that doesn't work, we teleport outside his house instead of walking out because we hate the old man so much. Then we rob this strawberry man for his lunch money, taking us right into the first and only run and gun I'll be doing. With all 5 coins collected, we can now afford the alimony payments and some new weapons, the spread shot and lobber, and using this weird menu glitch to equip the shots before the screen even loads, brings us onto the first boss, the root pack. It's fairly easy and introduces 2 new strategies. The lobber trap where you fire up, bouncing the shot off the ground, hitting the enemy multiple times, and this fire down lobber EX thing. It hits them twice or something, I don't know, I saw it in a tutorial. Anyway, we clean up these guys pretty quickly and are now onto the next boss, the frog. All we do for the first phase is run right up to him and shoot him in the dick. Then down EX a few times, pretty much completely skipping the second phase, right onto the slot machine. You can get 3 different attacks based purely on RNG. The first is the snakes, pretty much just hold forward and jump, you'll be fine. Then the bull, which makes you either go under or over platforms, and the tiger, which is hell. You have to jump through hoops like some sort of clown, and it will mess you up. So we're hoping for snakes here. We got bull, but that's fine, at least it's not tiger. Well, that's unfortunate. I managed to get through it flawlessly somehow, and a couple hits later we're onto the easiest fight in the entire game, Goopy Legrand. We just spread shot him all the way to the end, easy fight. Next up is Heisenberg. Trust me, it's a very easy mistake. They're pretty much the same person. This fight is just tracker, super, tracker some more, then she'll go into the final phase. I'm a baby, you shoot me in face. With the stupid, unpredictable UFOs, which I take 2 hits from, but we still close it out. Cagney Carnation is up now. And this is my biggest reset point on IO1. Even though it's just spread shot him in the face, jump EX whenever they shoot a boomerang, shooting straight up with the lobber whenever you see this move, and for the second phase, just use your eyes, and move to another platform when you see the vines. I clean up this fight with a perfect score, we talk to King Dice.
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga.
Bye bye! Moving us on to the Jiminy Himiny, the Jiminy the Great. The great pain in my ass if he doesn't give me swords. Moving us on to here, we have 3 scenarios. One is easy to dodge, the swords. The other is alright, the Matryoshka.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of these famous Russian dolls that are set
Moscow.
Dolls. So for reference in Russian,
Okay.
this is said as Matryoshka.
Matryoshka. That sounds Italian. Matryoshka. Anyway, the next up is the Matryoshka dolls. To be fair, it's not as bad as the treasure trove of bullshit that he can do sometimes. And the third is what he said, this treasure chest of near avoidable bullshit. And here, while I was waiting for the second phase to end, I banged my elbow on my desk. I've got more of my super mirror now. Ah, fuck my fucking elbow. Anyway, we can pretty much skip his next phase by supering in the face and hugging him using the iframes. And for the 4th and last phase, I'll let past me explain. Now he's gonna go ooh, light bulb head and then puppet. Alright, not a lot of people know this, not a lot of you history buffs out here know this, but every 4th shot is parryable. See, that was That was number 4 there. Oh, number 4. Super him in the face. Stay right here until he shoots the first laser. Shoot your laser. Come through here. Look, it's that one. So we stay here. EX him in the face. Hug his face again. And done. So yeah, with that over, it's time for Beppy. And I actually died here because of bad movement, but as the run was going well I retried, finished the first phase, then lobber trap his second phase, while spread shot EXing directly in his face because his head has no hitbox, And here you can come down from two ways, the left or the right, depending completely on RNG. And you can see he came down from the right, meaning I can't kill him before the roller coaster comes. But with some good plays by me, I managed to get onto the last phase without taking any hits. Now here, it's pretty cookie cutter. Lobber trap, spread shot EX, and we are done. And now my single biggest reset point is up. Baroness von Bitchface. Fuck you. And off rip we get the easiest mini boss, which just consists of circling him with spread shot, and pretty much the same for the other two. When I was running up to her, I dashed into the shotgun shot, and then hit a classic spread shot EX in the face for massive damage before our next phase even starts. I took another hit right after, meaning I had a couple of close calls. I am not losing. Before thankfully finishing it out. Yes! 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 First try Baroness, first try Baroness. Fuck you. Once we get out, we talk to this guy to get bombs, which come in handy for the next fight. Speaking of which, Wally Warbles is up. Here we just stay on the back line, parrying the occasional pink bird to give us our super, hitting him right before he does this bullet hell move. Anyway, for the baby, we want to just stay as close to him as we can, and parrying his very predictable shot. Supering him, making him cry. The last phase puts us back to Wally himself, except in a stretcher being carried by two very clear medical professionals. I trust he's in good hands. Wait, are they? Are they putting salt and pepper on him? Well, no time to lament on cannibalism. It's time for grim matchstick. The only strategies for this one is dodge. To be honest, nothing fancy. Since my teacher was Piccolo, I finished this fight pretty easily. Never mind. Well, second time I'll get it done. Nope. Well, third time's the charm, putting us on aisle 3. We talk to King Dice again, then he rats on us to the devil. Well, you see, devil, it seems they got to aisle 3. Onto the B one. Yep. For the first phase, it's just a police bee that says, "Oi, oi, oi!" and throws bombs. So using the lobber and some platforming, we move on to the second phase, which, wouldn't you know it, there's 3 different things that can happen. She can come from the middle, left or right. And for once, it doesn't actually matter which one we get, as they're all pretty easy to dodge. I just had to say it. After she reads her book, it's on to the third phase. All I've got to do is platform, shoot up with a lobber. I do get hit again, causing me to panic shoot 2 EXs, then thankfully finishing it right after. We take a long stroll along the shore, taking us to Crapton Brennybeard. Joe will run with it. Taking us on to Captain Brennybeard. And wouldn't you know it, there's 3 different moves he can do. The shark, the dogfish, and the squid. All pretty easy to avoid, but the dog's being the hardest because it stops me from being able to give him a big hug full of 50 caliber buckshot. Also a barrel hanging overhead which will slam down when you're under, so we just need to occasionally dash under it to base it out. I do end up taking a hit from his fish gun, but with some more EXs he goes into his final phase, which is actually really easy. Just jump over these, bear out the barrel, duck when he shoots the laser, rinse and repeat until we get the dub. We keep walking along the edge too. Maria, the stupid bitch. For the first phase, she can do a combination of attacks from, wait, guess what? 3 water attacks and 3 attacks from her. Oh no, who could have seen this coming? Anyway, I got an easy combo off the bat. I did get hit, then I got a hard combination of pufferfish and the redfish. I had a good line of parryables, so I got through fine. And for the next phase, I just need to just sit down here. I should avoid it. No, I didn't avoid it, I didn't avoid it, I didn't avoid it, I didn't avoid it. Now for your super, I should get rid of a lot of them. Oh, I appreciate you eels so much for missing me. Thanks to the eels for having Stormtrooper aim. I go into the almost complete RNG third phase. I barely get through and complain that I need to edit and script still. And then this won't get out until like 14 days because editing and scripting takes time. Who would have thunk it? Hello. On to Sally stage play. First phase, she jumps around like a maniac, while her man has a mental breakdown in the back. This is easy to dodge. Wait, let's see that in slow motion. That was sick past me. The next phase, she does the same jumping thing, with rats and babies that have to watch you shoot someone half to death. Pretty dark. For the next phase, I just need to make sure I shoot this moon so I can parry jump over the waves, using spread shot and lobbery X's to finish this phase pretty quickly. After this, she turns into an angel, and it's our turn to jump around like a maniac. Only we have a gun, and we assassinate her in front of her husband, children, and priest. Look at that. That is a traumatized child. After ruining a family, it was time to fight one of the most bullshittiest fights in the game. Bootleg Iron Giant. Which, wait for it, how many attacks does he have? Vote now. Ding ding ding, of course it's 3. One from the head, one from the chest, and one from the lower chest. I target the laser first and work my way down before using a super to immediately skip to the third phase, where he uses fake Chaos Emeralds that goes on for far too long. I do end up dying twice, but I was still on target for my goal of sub-hour, so I continued on to Werner Vermin? Anyway, who I am 90% sure is meant to be a rat. Look at the helmet, look at the name. Remember the time period the animation's based on? He has to be a Nazi rat. Anyway, here we just lobber, second phase, lobbery X him like there's no tomorrow. Then he gets eaten by a cat who has no hitbox. Let's go for spread shot EXs. But wait, he was controlling the cat the whole time. So who was controlling it when it was looking into the building? Truly an unsolved mystery. And for the first and only time, I switch back to P-Shooter for the Ghost Train fight, which you're on a cart that is controlled by 2 parryable switches, and pumpkins with wings drop bricks to move your cart, so I need P-Shooter to shoot them out the sky. The next phase is a skeleton that comes up from 3 different holes in the train, so I just need to move to the right part, use spread shot, some EXs to finish this phase. Next up is these things that shoot lightning, usually forcing you to move. If you stand right on the left, you can avoid it. We do the same thing for the other one, and the final phase is the front of the train, which becomes a horse with a parryable tail that reveals its heart. This is the only way to damage him, so if you parry then immediately EX, you can get good hits in. So doing that combined with well aimed shots, I close this one out. And it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Inkwell Hell, aka the area I have the least practice in, because I always reset runs before I get here. You'll see that come into play later. First up is King Dice, and not gonna lie, I took a couple resets before I got this run. First off, we get 3 for the extra heart, and there's a fun trick you can do in this one. It's the cigar. He shoots fireballs at you, and will eventually teleport over to your side, making you move. But if you damage boost through him, he starts shooting at nothing, letting us get a ton of damage in, finishing this up quickly. We hit another 3, putting us on this rabbit guy who only has 2 moves, circling move and a parry move, so we skip over him onto the magic 8 ball. And I don't know, to be honest, just spread shot right up in there and you'll be good. His projectiles move slow, the only thing you have to worry about is the pull chocks. Anyway, now it's time for the Dice himself, who, guess what, doesn't have a hitbox on his head. You know what that means. After him, I was still on for my sub 1 hour goal, and for some reason, I just couldn't beat the devil. The sub 1 hour got further and further from reach, and I ended with a final time of 1 hour, 17 minutes and 31 seconds. Every boss before combined took 52 minutes. The devil alone took 25 minutes. Almost half of everything else was the devil. I just couldn't do it, and I only seemed to be getting worse as I went.